Hi there, welcome, good to see you. So this video marks the first video of our class that will be calling Communication Skills class. So we are beginning a class that will be calling that a Communication Skills class. One would ask, why is it important that we can begin a class? Of course, it will have more videos, so stick around and continue watching because we'll be learning a lot. So communication skills are important. Like, they help you to express your ideas or yourself. They help us create relationships. They help us to also in selling our products and services. So when you're doing communication, you need to understand that communication involves the sender, the receiver, the feedback, and the method, the media that you can use. So we have non-verbal, verbal communication, and all the medias. You can use social media, can be physical way of communicating, but in our class we'll specifically be using one language, which is English. So we'll be learning how to communicate using English. So just like any other language, when you're just learning, like me and you who are just learners, and it is not our first language, what we need to do, we need to learn it, how they speak, the same owners of the same language, how they want us to pronounce some words, how to use grammar, how to construct sentences. We need to learn from them. So English have a lot of accents. That's why this time we'll be learning the common ones, like from England and America. Those they use a lot of English, so we'll be learning from them how they do it. Of course, there are written books and documents that we'll be sharing. So we are learning, so expect mistakes will be there, the LR syndromes, the common mistakes in English, we'll be learning them. So what is important when you are learning English is that we have three things that we need to consider when we start learning this language, because we are learners. Of course, we are learners. So you need to consider clarity. Clarity is very important. You need to be clear when you're speaking English. Some they want to use big words so that they can showcase what they know. It is important in communication skills to use words when you understand the audience or the person you're talking to. You use words that can be communicated to that person, and at the end of the day, that person should bring back the feedback. Now, if you're using big English or you're speaking like you're slanging too much that you can't be gotten, so you need to make sure that you are clear. Like I'm sure I am clear. You can get every word that I'm speaking, unless otherwise. And again, the second thing that you need to consider when you are learning English is to be audible, the volume. Of course, when you're speaking a foreign language and you are told to speak it louder, it's not that easy, but you just need to be audible so that somebody can get what you're saying. Okay, lastly, not the least, when you're speaking English, you need to observe your speed, the rate at which you're releasing or pronouncing the words. Because if you're too fast, like a Cockney or a native speaker who is speaking formally, not in a formal way, because even those owners of the language, when they are, for example, journalists, they are presenting a news or a story, they try to reduce the speed so that you can communicate, because we're learning English in this class as a way of communicating. So you must make sure you observe your speed. If you're too fast, then you can distort the information or points that you want to send to someone. So clarity, need to be clear. Volume, need to be audible. Speed, the rate of the synthesis of your words should be minimized, at least normal, not too slow, not too fast, but to a situation where one would get what you are saying. So this is what you'll be learning. This is just a foundational video. And English have a lot of accents, of course, and I'm not saying you need to be sounding like from England or you need to lose your local languages. You need to stick to them, but I just want to add on what we know, or the languages that we know. If you're it's the very first time for you to start learning English, I can advise you go on YouTube, you learn some basic things that you need to understand, and continue researching. There are some more books that you can continue researching on. But in our class, we are basically talking to those who have at least ideas of what English is. Even if you hear somebody speaking, you would say he's speaking English, even if you can't be fluent and eloquent like he or she is doing. Yeah, those are the people you want to work with. But if you're still a learner and you know nothing about English, you can still stick around. Yes, you can stick around even as you're researching for more from others. Of course, we need to be observant on the grammar. Of course, grammar is one of the things that we need to consider. The tenses, the tenses, the past, the present, and the future tense. Even the pronunciation. Yes, did I say that? Yes, pronunciation, very important. And we need to enrich our vocabulary. We need to have words, phrases, because that's what is difficult. You would have something to say in your mind, like you would picture an action. Look, what that person is doing is jumping, but the word jumping is not coming. But we'll be learning how to do that and trying. Mistakes will always be there, so we need to keep on practicing. If you don't have a friend who can speak English, watch movies, try to find somebody who speaks English so that you can be practicing, because that's what makes English or any other foreign language difficult, is when you are learning but you don't have any person that you can talk to. So in this video we'll be allowing you send some audio stuffs, a conversation, a real conversation. Sometimes we'll be inviting somebody who can speak English, and then we talk to them, we record, then we send to you. So pronunciation, very important, because sometimes if you pronounce a word in the wrong way, then you fail to communicate. If you're too fast, you fail to communicate. If your grammar is not okay, for example, instead of using a pronoun to a male being, he, you're saying she came. Then the person you're talking to will expect a female being, then a male being comes. That makes communication break down. So we need to learn pronouns, learn the pronouns, we learn what the verbs are. We learn grammar, we learn a lot of things. So what I would advise you is to stick around, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chanda Agritech, and continue following us, because we have more to learn. And at the end of the day, we'll be sounding like maybe we're from America, or we'll be sounding like you're from Britain. And at the end of the day, if you become committed, people won't be asking you like, where did you learn this good English? They'll be asking you like, for how long have you been in England? Or when last did you visit England? Or when last did you visit America? Because you'll be sounding like you're a native speaker. Of course, if you don't want to become like a native speaker, you can still at least know how to communicate in English. That's our goal. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. See you next time.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chanda Agritech.